Welcome back to Politics Tonight, everyone. And tonight we're seeking an enduring solution to the political crisis in Rivers State. And my guests tonight are Dr. Jide Johnson, Chief Lecturer, Nigerian Institute of Journalism, and Mr. Kabir Akingbolu, a constitutional lawyer. All right, gentlemen, let's move on with this conversation. Let me continue with you, Mr. Akingbolu. And this is me going back to what Dr. Johnson was saying before we went on break, a political solution. So let me take you back to the peace agreement, otherwise called a political solution. Yeah. Why was it hard for that to work?
Yeah, well, the problem is this, everybody has, in fact, first of all, I think, the president has been exceptionally magnanimous and unpretentiously, liberal, you understand? He's not a selfish person. Under former administrations, I know what they would have done. They would have taken advantage of that and chase away the governor, put the speaker there, conduct another election, and make their party to be the governor of that state. But the president didn't do that. He behaved like, I'm the father to everybody. Let us have a political decision. And he called them and tried to, talk about peace. And they pretended that all was well. A simulated piece of the graveyard, I will call it. At the end of the day, everything got scattered. In fact, right from the very moment that happened, I think the governor, I wouldn't know whether he was playing politics, but he did as if he wanted it to work. And for some minutes or some hours, they worked together as if everything was
fine. Supporters actually said the resolution is morally binding but not legally
binding. You see, then some of their supporters started shouting and started talking that, oh, the president has no business with Rivers, he should leave Rivers alone and all that. These are uncalled for. Remember, those states, the president also called them and, had to broker peace amongst the warring factions and asked them to go and put the house in order. And today, there is peace there, even before the passing away unto glory of the former governor. So these are what a president should do. And like Judge Johnson has rightly said, that when you talk of emergency will not bring solution, because the tenor is just like somebody going to Kaduna from Lagos and you have just gotten to Ibadan. You still have a long way to go. The governor has just spent 1 year out of 3 years. So if you are saying that you want to declare a state of emergency, it's only for 6 months. After 6 months, they will still return back. So what are you doing? So you are causing more problems, and that can heat up the polity more. And there is another point raised by my worthy doctor there about, INEC. I've always been a proponent of that. Let INEC conduct local government election. That will end, even if we start with that one alone, that will end the monopoly of power, being exhibited by the government. Because when you see, but I'm a bit, I will digress a bit to what the doctor said. He said the last local government election, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to agree with that. In 1999, there was a proper local government election. And they run the local government 3 years. Most of the local government chairmen actually believed they were also going to spend 4 years. That is where we got it wrong. All of a sudden, when it was 2 years and 8 months, they said it's only 3 years we were going to stay. They went to court, they did all sorts of things, and they said, no, it's 3 years tenure. It was that time we started getting it wrong. Now today, and for that reason, that is the reason I also don't support state police. Because the governor will also abuse it. And now, if that we even have one single police and with the power at the center, the governors are abusing it. The commissioner of state police, though takes the power apparently from the IG, is under the state governor. So they direct them anyhow. They want them to do anything. Look at what happened in Kogi State, that the sitting governor disallowed the EFCC from arresting a past governor. They are using his own police against the federal directive. Do you understand? So if the state government are conducting election, they continue to conduct it, there won't be anything. Because you are in a state like Lagos now. There is no PDP local government chairman. Even the development areas, out of 54, no PDP, no Labour, nobody. So the whole thing happened in Kano, Katsina, everywhere. It's only the party that is ruling that we have their party to be in places. So because it is the state independent electoral commission. So if we have a state INEC still conducting these elections, that is the same result that we produce, just like Doctor has said. But if we have the national INEC, there is no how, if there is free and fair election, Labour will win some, APC will win some, PDP will win some. When you have a chairman of PDP and you are a governor of APC, do you tell me you will take his money? I have seen situations in some states of the, even in Southwest, that they will for a whole month, they will take like 200 million naira from from the cover of the federal government to the local government, and the government will give them money for salary and give them only 1 million to run the local government.
All right then, Dr. Johnson, let me come back to you. Let's expatiate our earlier conversation, because twice now you've said a political solution is what will tame this crisis. What kind of political solution are you talking about? Because if it is the president intervening, the president had done this twice, and it looked like it's not working.
You see, let's be fair and let's be candid. The president made an attempt to find a solution to that particular problem, but we know who is the progenitor of that problem, and we know who is the promoter of the crisis that we have in Rivers State. The truth must be told. And like the governor said, I think when he was hosting the senators that came to visit their state in the course of this week, that is about the governor that is not even respected by the local government chairman, and that is not even respected, paid the due attention to by some other institutions, of the state. The solution to this problem is very simple. Look, let the state. There were agreements that were signed. And you know, when they signed the agreement, everybody, including myself, nearly everybody, let me put it that way, said, how could the governor have appended his signature to his death penalty? Because he was stripped of all of his executive power. There's no governor in Nigeria. There's no governor. It's an executive office.
But the president, I do apologize, the governor had also said that nothing is too big to sacrifice for peace in Rivers State.
That's what I'm saying. And then when that came in place, what was the next step? The next step was for them to impeach him. The next step was for them to. So it's the battle of political survival. And what you are seeing in Rivers State is not even about now. It's about 2027. You see the gladiators thinking about the next election. So the real solution to the problem is very simple. One, the tenure of the local government chairman has expired. You can't do tenure elongation. Two, the status of the State House of Assembly member, that particular issue should be resolved. Let the State House of Assembly member, both factions should come together. And then for the peace of Rivers State, let the governor and the House of Assembly work together in the interest of the people. And the House of Assembly should not use impeachment as an instrument of terror on the governor, and the governor should not also use his executive office as an instrument of terror in denying those that have been elected to superintend the state together with him. Some of the things that has been done to the governor, I'm saying it as Jide Johnson. If I'm the governor, I will not take 30% of what he has taken. And I'm sure those that are president today, those that are minister today, when they were governor.
But I don't even think we have our facts on the ground.
They can't even come out 20% of what the governor has taken. Let's be fair. If you're an avid observer of the Nigerian political landscape, there's no House of Assembly member that can do this to Wike as a governor.
All right, let me come back to you. I mean, just like I've always asked, is this the consequence of rewarding loyalty above competence, integrity, honesty, and capacity?
And you see, Niccolo Machiavelli said, a prince who becomes a king through the help of the nobles will find it easier to maintain his position as a king than a prince who becomes a king through the help of other princes. That because as a king who becomes a king, through the help of a prince who becomes a king through the help of other princes will find himself surrounded by many people who believe they are contemporaries. But when you are made by the nobles, they are forbagers, you will enjoy your position. Don't forget, Governor Fubara joined the civil service of Rivers State, I think 2005 or 2002 or thereabout. And within 20 years, he rose to become the Accountant General of the state, which is equivalent to permanent secretary. How? Where is it done? Do you understand? These are part of the lapses, and there are a lot of other people who were also eyeing those positions, but Wike believed, oh, he will cover my track and all that. Let's not face for just like Dr. Johnson is saying. Wike himself is not hiding it. They have come openly, so it's not a matter of whether anybody is spoiling anybody.
So do you think he misread his anointed successor? Well,
yes, he misdirected. If you remember one occasion when my fantastic Governor Fauci, they said, if you try to see what you are not supposed to see, you begin to see ghosts. That I know Wike, he said it openly, and it's like what he said is now playing out. Because and when you look at the issue of succession, let's go a bit back to some states. Now, in 1999 to 2007, out of the 36 states of the Federation, all the governors left with their deputy. They never allowed any deputy to survive them, except the governor of Zamfara State. Out of 36, only one out of 36 is the only one that allowed his deputy to succeed him. And what happened? Immediately that one succeeded him, he declared him in persona non grata. The Yerima couldn't enter Zamfara State for the 4 years that the guy ruled. What did the Yerima do? He didn't do like any other politician. He went and stayed, just like, to use the word of my former governor, he went and stayed and was watching like a bat. After 4 years, he made sure he turned to another party, mobilized other people and voted the guy out. In Abia State, the governor made his chief of staff, Chindo, to succeed him. Governor Chindo, after about 6 months, somebody worked as chief of staff. He even withdrew the certificate that was given to Okalu, the BSc, whatever BA that was given by Abia State University, and said he didn't graduate there. And he declared him a persona non grata. Look at Edo State, it happened as well. So you now see the governors, I think it's high time they knew that it is a dangerous venture to try to plant somebody. It happened in Anambra State. Governor, our wonderful Obi, he allowed somebody to succeed him. What happened? At the end of the day, they become sworn enemies. The same thing in Rivers State between Amechi and Wike. So all these things show that the governor, when you are leaving office, live with your bag and baggages and let this person rule. If you want to support somebody to become governor, there is no problem about that. But allow them free hand.
But you know, this is not the first time Rivers will be having a predecessor political squabble. Why is this so?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Judge J has even alluded to it in tangential. Let me tell you, in 2015, during the election of 2015, oh my God, not less than about 12 to 14 people died. Just because they want to take power at all costs. It's not worth it, whether as a governor, whether as a local government chairman, whether as a senator or rep. It's not worth it that the blood of a Nigerian will be shed. It is not good. Who are you going to now govern? So these are the intricacies. There are a lot of political chicaneries going on in Rivers State. But like the doctor has said, I am looking at it also from a perspective that where maybe some people should allow the governor to do his work. For 1 year, he has been embroiled in all this brigandage. You understand? And shenanigans, unnecessary,
But there are those who have said the governor knew what he was going into.
Exactly. That is why you see, it's not like a man who see a burning bush and jump into it. You agreed to do this thing, and now when you get there, you think you can change the rule at the middle of the game. It is not possible. That is why I cited Niccolo Machiavelli before. You cannot do it because he brought you there, and you have had some understanding, gentleman agreement.
Dr. Johnson, let me come to you. This successor-predecessor political squabble, how do we check it? And why do Nigerian politicians fight to the finish?
Rahim, Kabi, sorry. Kabi, please forgive me.
Yes, you are calling my brother's name because he's a journalist like you.
I'm calling your brother. You have a friend to both of you.
Yes.
So
You have friend to both of us. Yes.
Kabi is the lawyer, so please forgive me. You see, Kabila said something which is very, very instructive. Don't be interested in installing your successor. Let the people decide on that. It has given you countless examples. You can go from Ganduje to Ganduje and then Kwankwaso. They are best of friends and what have you. One of the few governors that allow his deputy to succeed him as governor. Who took Kwankwaso? When they lost in 2003, himself and Ganduje went to Abuja to become He became Minister of Defense, and Ganduje was his was the chief of staff. So we have countless examples of these squabbles that happen. You know why? Because when you heard, there's a saying in my local dialect, when you give somebody a ram, you release the rope. If you don't release the rope, the guy will turn the ram against you, and the ram will come and it's just a matter of time. Reality will be divided, because in Nigeria, it is the politics of the pocket, politics of self.
But gentlemen, are we being realistic here? Because godfatherism looks enshrined in Nigerian politics.
What?
Not politics of ideology.
Godfatherism
is a politics of enlightened self-interest, and so it's just a matter of time. Who is going to further mine? If they are told you that what is happening between Wike and his anointed godson will happen, you think, oh, it's not possible, and that's why I went and picked a civil servant. Like Rahim pointed out, the example which you are talking about, Rahim, with respect to the growth of Fubara in Rivers State, we have that same growth in Lagos State. That same growth happened in Lagos State for someone to become the head of service and then to become the principal private secretary too. So there are some fundamental things that are wrong with our polity. If we don't address it, we can go to all the churches in the world, we can organize all manners of conferences, we can do all manners of programs. Nigeria will not develop, because the fundamental principle that is required for this nation to grow, we are not adhering to those principles. We are sabotaging those principles and want this country to grow. So let the people decide who should govern them, but not be interested in imposing somebody. It doesn't work. Look at what is happening in Kaduna. Look at Kaduna's case. Kaduna's case, Uba Sani, and okay, now El-Rufai brought Uba Sani to knock off Shehu Sani as senator. When he wants to leave as the governor, he brought Uba Sani as the governor. Within 1 year, what has happened between the two of them? It's not helping us. I'm talking in the interest of Nigeria. I mean, Nigeria is not helping our politics, it's not helping our country to grow. When we have a lot of political squabbles, instead of focusing on administration, we'll be getting political rift here and there. And at the end of the day, issues that concern the people will not be attended to.
All right, Dr. Johnson, he has said a political solution is the way forward. For you, 30 seconds.
Yes, let me tell you, if political solution, it is very, very instructive to know that it is something that can work. However, it depends on how it is implemented. Right. Remember when crisis rocked APC to almost to the ground, it was a political solution. By the president just stepped in and waded in and said, oh yeah, all of you that are having cases in court, go and withdraw everything during Oshiomhale's tenure. And within 24 hours, everything died down. So,
all right, while we await the verdict of the Court of Appeal, we hope both parties, the Supreme Court, we hope both parties, find a lasting solution.
It is better.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I've been speaking with Dr. Jide Johnson, Chief Lecturer, Nigerian Institute of Journalism, and Kabiru Akinbolu, a constitutional lawyer. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your perspectives.
It's a pleasure. And Mr. Jide is going to pay me for
my brother.